During the holidays, you might see family members for the first time in a while.
So today, with attorney Justin Randall from Hooper Law Office and Carrie Esselman from the Fox Valley Memory Project, we're talking about recognizing when changes need to be addressed. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Well, Carrie, let's start right in. We see our family members. We haven't seen them for quite a while. What should we be looking for when we all get together?
You know, one thing that's easy to do and first thing to do, go look in the fridge. See if there's food in there, there's sufficient food supply, and if the food that is in there, if it's edible, if it's healthy, and if they're in the cupboards and seeing the supply of food that they may have. That's one kind of passive way that you can go and see how they are doing as far as keeping themselves healthy and nutrition for the future.
Yeah. What about changes in their house? Maybe it's not as clean as it was. Maybe you're noticing stains on their clothing.
Yeah. You can, sometimes there's a smell, an odor to the house because sometimes, incontinence can be an issue that people, hide because of that. And the organized, if someone has always been organized and their house has been spotless and you walk in, you don't see that anymore. Or they're stocking up. They have cans of cat food, but they don't have a cat. Okay. There's different things that you can see just within the environment.
So what should we do if we notice these changes?
Right. Confronting it in front of the person may be pretty sensitive. You can ask for maybe, why do you have cat food? And look at the answer. And maybe they may hesitate, and that's okay. But then I would just consult with your team, your family team, your caregiver team, and then tap into some resources and explore the resources that are in the area before you put things into action.
Speaking of resources, tell us about the Fox Valley Memory Project.
Yeah, for the Fox Valley Memory Project, we serve 4 counties, Outagamie, Wapaka, Calumet, and Winnebago counties. And we do social programming for individuals living with dementia, memory impairment, and their caregivers. So that caregiver support is important as well. And we do respite programs as well. So we have 4 days a week, we have a program that provides social programming, exercise, wellness, a lunch is provided, and the caregiver does not need to be there. So they can drop their loved one off, be engaged, same routine, consistency, and then they can the caregiver can go have respite for those 3 hours. So.
Well, Justin, let's turn to the legal aspect now of noticing memory care loss and the possibility of some long-term care. What do we need to know to make it affordable if we're noticing these changes?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, this is going to be something you're going to want to look into well in advance of noticing any sort of cognitive decline. But we always recommend our clients look at long-term care insurance as an option initially so that can help them privately pay at facilities as long as possible. But if someone's starting to notice a cognitive decline and they don't have this type of insurance or they don't have good powers of attorney in place, it's really essential that they come in to talk to an estate planning or elder law attorney and get good powers of attorney for finance, healthcare, in place, and then also have their estate plan updated too while they have the ability to do so.
Sure. Do we have to have some sort of agreement in place for someone to do this planning on our behalf?
Yes, yeah. So with the powers of attorney, it's absolutely essential to have those because that's where that authority is going to be granted. Without these powers of attorney in place, especially for the financial and legal side of things, somebody in their family is not going to necessarily have the authority to act on their behalf. And without these documents, it can require guardianship to get some of the same authorities, but the guardianship courts are very hesitant to grant the same type of authority we can grant through a power of attorney.